All right, students. So during our drills, we talked about some prefixes that you've learned before. We're going to go over them quickly again, and then guess what? We're going to learn 4 new prefixes. Here we go. So the prefixes you've learned before are the ones that are on the screen here. Let me get my mouse going. So our first one is miss, which means to do something incorrectly. Our next prefix is un, which means not or the opposite of something. Non means not or no. Trans means to move across or to change. And dis means the opposite also. It means the opposite of something. So as we're looking at these prefixes, miss, un, non, trans, and dis, I noticed that all of these are a certain syllable type. If you notice that all of these are closed syllables, then you are correct. All of these prefixes are closed syllables. They all end with a consonant, and our vowel sounds are all short in these prefixes. Let's take a look at some words using these prefixes. I'm going to move on to my next slide. Here's my first word. My first word is spell. Now, what happens if I put a prefix in front of spell? What if I put the prefix miss in front of spell? Now my word is misspell. If I misspell something, that means I did not spell it correctly. So it's the opposite of spell. It means I spelled it incorrectly. I did not spell it right. Okay, here's another one. Our word is happy. Happy. So if I'm happy, I have a smile on my face. Maybe I've gotten some good news. Maybe I have a bowl of ice cream. But if I'm unhappy, oh no, my dog ate all my ice cream. I'm unhappy. It means I'm not happy anymore. Okay, what about this one? Stop. Stop. So if I stop, it means I'm stopping. I'm not moving, right? We also use this a lot on an airplane. Let's say I'm flying to Guadalajara and I need to stop in Texas before I fly to Guadalajara. That means I have a stop in my flight. But if I fly straight from San Francisco to Guadalajara, I'm on a non-stop flight. So that means I don't stop. Non-stop means not stopping. Okay, how about this word? Form. Form. That means to build something, to put something together, right? To form something. Or it might mean the form of something. If I add the prefix trans in front, now I've got transform. That means it's changing like a transformer. So I'm changing from one thing to another thing. I'm going to transform. On Halloween, we all transform from Miss Rachel or kids to something else. We transform. Transform. Now let's do our last one is connect. Connect. So if I connect my computer to the outlet, I'm going to be charging my computer. right? It's going to get battery. But if my little brother comes along and disconnects my computer from the outlet, my battery is going to die. It's disconnected. So it's not connected anymore. And notice we all have these closed syllable prefixes in front of our words. And notice how much they change the word. They completely change the meaning of our words. Let's go to our next slide where we're going to learn some new prefixes. So guess what? Our first new prefix is the prefix pre. We're using the word prefix because we're putting this part of a word in front of another word. So pre means before. So prefix is a part of a word that comes before a word. Re is another prefix, and this means to do something again. D means down or away from. So something going down or away from. And pro means for, like you're for something, or it means to move forward. So let's take a look at some words. Oh wait, before we do this, is anyone noticing what type of syllables all of these prefixes are? All of these prefixes end with a vowel, and they all end with the long vowel sound. All of these prefixes are open syllables. Excellent. So pre, re, d, and pro, they're all open syllables. Let's take a look at some new words. So we've got our first word here, school. It's such a tricky word, huh? Our CH is making the k sound. That's one of our trick words, school. So what happens if I put the prefix pre in front of it? Preschool. Preschool is school you go to before school, right? Maybe some people went to Picasso. That is a preschool. It's school before coming to Farallon View. Preschool. It's before school. Now we've got play. There's our word play. What if we put re in front of it? Now we have replay. Replay. Does this happen when you're watching sports where there's a really cool play, or let's say there's a home run and then the play gets replayed again so you can watch it over and over again? Or maybe you have a favorite YouTube video and you replay it over and over. I know I do that with my sewing videos. I watch them over and over so I learn how to do it correctly. I replay the video. So replay means to do it again. Re means do it again. Now let's take a look at this word. Compose. Compose. Compose means to create something. You can compose a letter, to write a letter. You can compose some music, like Beethoven writing music. Now let's add a prefix in front here. Decompose. Huh. Has anyone heard that word before? Decompose. Miss Kaya, or maybe in heal, you've heard it, decompose. When we take our apples and our bananas and our lettuce from our salad and put them in the compost bin, or we feed the worms with them, or we put them in the garden, our food is going to decompose. It's going to turn back into dirt. So it's not going to come together. It's going to break apart, decompose. It's going to go down back into the earth. And now our last one is peller. This is a little silly, but I like this because I'm going to add my prefix pro in front. Propeller, propeller, like on an airplane that helps the airplane move forward. So a propeller, pro means forward, and a propeller makes an airplane or a boat move forward. And that's what the prefix pro is, propeller. All right, so we've learned 4 new open syllable prefixes: pre, re, de, and pro. Keep your eyes peeled because you're going to see these in lots of words.